Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Alright, let's continue where I left off. We're trying to find Benezia. Let's see how long it takes me to find her. It's been a month since I played this game, so you're gonna see me smashing random buttons, trying to remember what does what. But don't worry, I was able to remember it quickly, so I'm not gonna fail as much if that annoys you. Or if that makes you happy, I'm sorry.
Where did they come from? Were they at the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
You're not gonna go to the hot labs, are you?
Don't tell me what to do.
What?
Take it easy, buddy.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
So you're a scientist.
Think you could translate that into galactic?
It's a genetic thing. Forget it.
Damn, bro. Why is Shepard so rude?
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Celestia Alice from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Sorry, I'll leave.
Rewatching this, honestly, I can understand why she has an attitude. She was meditating, she just experienced something very dramatic, and then come along me asking, hey, who are you? What do you do here? Like, come on, bro. Read the room. Everyone's stressed, they're scared, nobody wants to talk. But I also need information, so I'm gonna talk. Unfortunately, there's really no information I'm getting from these guys. One is shifting the blame on the scientist, one is asking for cigarettes.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
I'm looking for an Asari.
Sorry. Well, there's Dr. Alice over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
There was an accident here?
I can't talk about what happened. Not here. Too public. Talk to Dr. Cohen in the medical ward. He was the project lead.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Do y'all ever get the feeling like what you're about to do is the right thing to do, but it turns out to be a real mistake? Like, for example, for me, it's going to a college and getting a college degree in hopes to get a career, but it didn't work out. Or just existing in general. That sucks. Anyways, let's open this door up. I did not know that was going to happen. I straight up lost everyone. No, seriously, why did they start attacking me? Now, the only thing I could think of right now is that everywhere beyond this is locked down because it's contaminated. Or that's why I believe it's contaminated. And I'm not allowed to enter that area without their permission. But here's the thing. How do I get that permission? There's also the possibility that Benezia told these guards not to let anyone in anymore. Or maybe they're just sleep deprived. The Elcor said they haven't slept for days. But that wouldn't explain the gun dog attacking me. Then again, it could just be following orders not to let anyone in. I really don't know what happened here. Oh yeah, I think... Okay, yeah, I kind of deserve that. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Alright, let's try that again. Before I go to round 2 with those guys again, as I looked around just to make sure that I talked to everyone in that room, that's when I noticed that there was a door that I could enter. And I thought to myself, maybe there's someone there I could talk to that could give me access to enter that other room where everyone was shooting at me. However, the only thing that was in that room was 2 lockers that I was able to hack into. So the positive there is that I'm able to equip new weapons or better weapons for my teammates once I leave this place. Once I left that room, I noticed that there was another door across from me that also had a green light, so I was able to open it. Behind that door was just a hallway and an elevator that went down. There are 4 people in that floor, 2 scientists, 1 Volus, and another person that's a security guard. The first thing I did when I entered that room was look around and then went to the right just to see what the scientists are going to comment.
I used to have nightmares like this. Too many cheap horror vids before lights out.
Gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll... Yeah, you just have to.
I'm not here to judge. I also don't have good coping skills either. So laugh away, brother. Whatever helps you cope, just do that for now. I'm not going to open that either. After I checked the door, I went to go talk to that security guard.
You're not part of the crew. Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre, sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters.
Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
Damn, seems nobody wants help or wants to be saved. Oh well.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
Okay, that's a lot more better than what I theorized. They Edo Tensei this, bro. They got Orochimaru to bring these guys back again, the Rachni. Who authorized this? Who's the one that said, yeah, let's bring these guys back again?
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Yeah, I messed that one up. I should have went your survival then Benezia. Oh well, what can you do?
I'll be leaving now.
Okay, so here I feel like I messed up, honestly. When talking to the guard, I think if I selected a different dialogue option, then maybe he would have gave me access to the door where I was attacked at. Same goes with Han Olar, the Volus guy. I believe if I selected a different dialogue option, maybe he would have helped or provide some additional information. I'm not sure if the way I speak and behave around some of these characters will influence their decisions in helping us or not. Because I remember back in the Citadel, there was a Turian general at a strip club and he was upset because the girl rejected him, and how Shepard like talked to him in a firm voice and was really tough on him. It made like the general realize that what he was doing was pathetic and not really like him. I wonder if some of these dialogue options, if I was more firm or if I was a little bit more rude to some of these characters, I would gotten permission to go through that door that I was attacked at. Now that I think about it, maybe it's just like those blue and red dialogue options. Maybe those are the ones that probably would change the outcome versus the dialogue option that are just plain white text. Maybe I'm overthinking it and it was just scripted to be like that. None of these guys are supposed to help me get access to that. I'm just gotta fight these guys because they're corrupt. Either way, here comes round 2. Let's see how I'm feeling knowing damn well I have no way to enter here and I gotta fight these guys. Alright. Yeah, that seems about right, having a nervous laugh before fighting these guys again. I mean, my Shepard did ran up there with his buttocks all clenched up. I don't blame him. I even left my teammates to deal with the gun machines while I handled the security guards. To be fair, they stood their ground. They wanted to fight those robots. And I lucked out once again, because once they took down Garrus, they didn't even bother attacking Liara. It gave me the opportunity to take down those robots. Okay, maybe I'm gonna be lucky today. Oh shit. Oh no, Garrus. Damn, Garrus, they got you good. I think this is the first time I'm noticing that Garrus was taken down, because I didn't make any comment until now after seeing him hanging there. I should probably be checking their health bar and seeing they're okay, but I never do. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of pure laziness, or maybe I'm just focused on one thing at a time and basically just ignore everything else. I don't know, but either way, with my theory about the Rachni being the keepers being dead now after talking to the Volus guy, where do keepers come from? Not even the people who live in the Citadel don't know where they come from. Like the Asari and Solarian species, they've been living there probably the longest out of all the other species, and even they don't know where the keepers came from. So now I have 2 new theories about where the keepers come from then. So the first theory is that the keepers are still Rachni species, just a different race of Rachni. Maybe this kind of species is more passive than the ones that we're currently fighting. And the second theory that I have for the keepers is that maybe the Solarians are the ones that created them. I mean, they did create that disease that prevents Krogans from reproducing. If they could easily do that, then they could easily make robots to spy on people in the Citadel and claim it's a whole new species that was discovered and they joined with the Citadel a long time ago. I don't know, bro. I just know that Citadel can't be trusted at this moment. I'm surprised they both survived that. Her and the guy in the last box, they both survived that explosion. What kind of armor do they have? I want that for my Shepard and the rest of my team, except for Ashley. She's a racist. They gotta have the top of the line armors, honestly. Either that or the explosion was really weak, because even the box at the back survived. It took no damage. The pistol that my Shepard is currently using could break that box easily. I wonder if Shepard could break it with his fist. I guess I'll find out next time I see it. That's if I remember. In a minute, you're going to see me mess up, and I'm going to explain what I found in these next 2 hallways. I hacked into a terminal, and with that terminal, there was a personal log. In that personal log, it basically stated that a colony just disappeared, and someone was really upset about it, and they wanted to go check on it, because they believe that there should be no reason for a whole colony to disappear. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's a valid reason why to be upset, especially since the administrators didn't care that a whole colony disappeared. That's definitely a red flag right there. However, that's not the main focus right now. So after reading that personal log, I went to my map just to see what direction I should go to, and within my map, one of the rooms had a flag there, but it made me think that I had to head that direction. I forgot that if there's gonna be something important or if the mission's gonna be there, usually there's an exclamation point that tells me if I need to be there or not. I mean, they have it everywhere, or not everywhere, but every time I do a side mission, there's always an exclamation point where it tells me where the mission's taking place. I should have remembered that, but I didn't, sadly. And I continued going to this different hallway. The further I went into this hallway, way, there was another door. Once that door opened, there was a Rachni soldier. I took him down, and as you can see, it's a tunnel. This is what I said while playing the game, and I'll explain afterwards what I meant. Should I go there? Alright, let's go to the destination because I feel like I'm jumping the gun right here right now. Let's go this way, see if... Oh, we finally get to meet her.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told him about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
Out of all the characters I met in this game, she's the third person that tried to test me.
I'm no punk bitch! I ain't no punk bitch neither! I'm no punk bitch! Knock that head off.
You won't look so smug with a hole in your head.
Your insolence is a poor mask for your fear.
Hey, yo. What was that? During this time, I didn't know who lifted up that Asari and dragged her across the room. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. They politely tossed her behind us. I was so shocked, honestly. Because at first, I thought Benezia was doing that. I thought she was gonna grab her soldiers and throw them against us, and it was just gonna knock me out, take me out real quick right there. But no, it was Liara. Liara did that. Honestly, she has the best ability in our group. Correction, I think it's her and Rex that have the best abilities. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Rex could do the same thing. As I talk right now, I am further down the storyline, and I believe I did see Rex do the same thing. For sure, Liara and Rex move up on my list of favorite characters for this game. And I won't lie, it's because of their ability. Their ability reminds me of telekinesis, and I always want telekinesis power as a little kid. That power always looked so cool when I was a little kid, and even as an adult, I think that power is still cool. I'm not sure how I feel about this battle. Maybe I should have went to the other area first before I came here. Alright, when I met Jump the Gun earlier, I thought I would be able to return that area. I know I saw Benezia before I entered this room, but I thought she was gonna escape or run away. Or even during this battle was over, I thought she was gonna exit out where we enter, and then I gotta follow her. But none of that happened. In fact, I just get locked out of it. Look at me, bro. I sent Liara out there like, bro, I'm a coward. But again, I did wasted my health with... Did wasted one health pack on Garrus. So that one's kind of... Oh god, I shot her. Look man, my health is low. I didn't want to risk it. The Citadel made me the leader, so I know what I'm doing. Granted, my leadership is questionable, but I like to believe I'm giving my teammates opportunity to lead. Plus, it also allows them to show their ability. The Citadel will look at the report and say, hey, we should make these guys as Spectres too. With the exception of Ashley, because she's a racist. Also, who am I to question the Council's wisdom? I'm just a humble soldier just following orders. Who am I to question their tough decisions that they make every single day? Okay, but in all seriousness, I'm still a coward for not going myself. Looking back, I think it would have been wise to go down at that moment, because it would give me the opportunity to go back and explore that ice tunnel. Oh well, missed opportunity. You win some, you lose some. To be fair, I was kinda in a roll. With the health bar that I had right now, I was killing it, not gonna lie. Okay, my teammates were killing it, but I was there, I participated, it counts. Oh, before I forget, from the last video, I remember I was talking to Rex, and Rex was telling me a mission that he went through as a mercenary. He was hired to attack the spaceship, and within that spaceship, for him, he didn't see anything valuable in that spaceship. But I do remember he saying that that spaceship was a Volus spaceship, and if it's a Volus ship, most likely it's being used by the Volus species. I'm not sure, I'm just making an assumption right here, right now. But I feel like Saren sending mercenary people to attack that spaceship, I mentioned earlier that he was probably looking for someone that has a certain type of information that he was looking for. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Rachni species being revived again. I mean, he's using Geth right now as an army. It's only logical for him to want the Rachni soldiers on his side. The only thing I don't understand here is why didn't Saren come himself? I mean, the Rachni species is back. The Consul are scared of that species. In fact, they even sent another species to eradicate a whole different species. Thinking about it, Saren really is a modern day criminal. He doesn't plan things out. If it were me, I would handle this whole Rachni situation by myself. If I was in Saren's position, I would look after the Rachni species, make them live where it's very solitary, no one's around, so that way no one can spot them. And once I have a large group of those Rachni soldiers, then I would unleash them. Because now the council has to make a deal with the Krogans again to fight the Rachni. And their current relationship that they have right now, that deal's never gonna happen. So now they gotta use the Turians to fight the Rachni. From my understanding, the Turians are their best soldiers. They're the strongest army that they have. Use the Rachni soldiers to distract the Turians, and then you can use the Geths to attack either the other species or help out and surprise attack the Turians. I don't know, Saren, I'm really unimpressed by your strategy and how you're conducting yourself right now. Look at me, judging another man's plan, when I don't even switch weapons when it's cooling down, while I'm still getting shot at. Dude probably has an 1000 IQ strategy that my small brain can't see right now.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
Start talking, Benezia. What's Saren's next move?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions, briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
Are you saying he brainwashed you?
People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
I find it funny Liara's not even looking at her own mom.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Why does Saren need the new relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother, don't leave. Fight him.
You've always made me proud, Liara. Die.
Oh god, I can't move. Okay, first of all, how can she freeze me like that? Now, I understand during the cutscene, it's just to make it interesting, to make it look like she's powerful. But in actual battle, you can't compete with that. I was so lucky that there was no Geth in there, especially the ones with the red laser. They would have one-shot me right there and then. Maybe some of them were supposed to spawn there, but I lucked out and they didn't. It wouldn't be the first time something like that happened to me. And the second thing, do you think Benezia was camping right there? Maybe seeing her daughter, she felt bad, regretted everything.
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
I'm not even the best in my team, and you want me to go toe-to-toe with him?
You're free of the indoctrination again?
I still hear it like metal on metal, squealing and reverberating.
Mother.
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
Pues ya ves cuando no crees ahí, Kindler. Ya ves lo que pasa cuando burlas de mí, Ailey. Si sigues payasa, no verás la luz. Should we release this thing? They can move right behind you, bro. Where's Garrus and Liara? Shouldn't they have my back?
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does not color the air. When we speak, one moves all. We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. end their suffering. They cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
All right. I don't think they'll give me much choice anyway.
Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
The Rachni were a threat to the galaxy. Those tanks are filled with acid. If she gets out of hand, they dissolve her.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
Ooh. Ooh. What should I do? Because I don't trust what the Citadel is telling us 100% is the truth about why they got rid of the Rachni here.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No. I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Bro, I love the voice where you could hear like you could hear the voice, but you hear a voice under that voice. I like that.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
Okay, this is how I see it. They were a problem in the past. However, I didn't deal with them. I don't know what they went through. With the people that went against them, the Krogans. I don't know what they went through. Oh, I wonder what Rex would have said here. But either way, I'm just going off topic right now. But the fact that if they hatched, they didn't do anything, so I'm not going to kill them. Now, if they start attacking other species, then I'll be the one to deal with it if it gives me the opportunity to do it.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
I misclicked and they all die. Is she coming right after us? Could you imagine if she did?
Turians don't like the cold, Shepard. Did I ever mention that?
Nah, no, you didn't.
The sooner we're off this frozen world, the better.
Alright guys, let me know if I messed up, or if I did the right thing. In my opinion, I believe I did the right thing. Now, hear me out. I'm pretty sure there's some of you guys that are going to say, we don't know if they will officially turn a new leaf. Now, that is true. I cannot be 100% sure what the Rachi Queen said about teaching its offspring harmony. It is not guaranteed that it would practice what it preached. And honestly, even I don't know if that species, the Rachni species, are a genetically aggressive kind of species. I guess they have to be, since they're very territorial and they need to be aggressive to defend their land. Well, then again, that doesn't have to be true. You could just be territorial and you're just aggressive just to defend that land, but you're not going to expand it more. Either way, I believe we should give them a second chance to prove themselves. And if it was a ruse, all we had to do is just make sure we find a cure for the Krogans so they could reproduce once again. So technically, I'm helping out the Krogan species in the long run. Now, if you're asking yourself if I had that in my mind the whole time, no, not really. I just came up with that idea right now. If anything, I was kind of being more selfish. I was thinking of myself and my Elcor brothers. They may spare us, but at least the rest of y'all, you guys will be remembered by... I don't know why I'm lying. I won't remember y'all. GG's in the second Rachni war, guys.
Are you here to secure the situation?
That's right. I'm a Council Spectre. Who are you?
I am Yaroslav Tartakovsky, the Operations Director. I would stand and shake hand, but you must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone. Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira the start.
God damn, they took him out. Was it really necessary to take him out the way they did like that? Better him than my teammates, I guess. God damn, Liara was overpowered, bro. You're number one in my team, oh my god. I used my last heal. Yeah, I forgot to go pick up the ID card. I was mesmerized by Liara's ability. The way how she keeps lifting the enemies and making it easier for me to take them down. Now that I got it, let's have the AI self-destruct this whole lab.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input. 875-020-079. Code Omega. Local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
So yeah, I had this bright idea just to stand in this room and wait for the explosion to happen. I'm not sure why I had the idea. I guess I was thinking that maybe there was going to be an animation or cutscene of that explosion with my shepherd there. I kind of want to find out what happens if I stay here. Pues no, soy muy pendejo. ¿Qué pensé que va a pasar? Then after that, I decided to book it. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, miss me. Miss me. Miss me. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay, the first time it was a complete failure. But check out this second run right here. Take a quick glance at my health bar right now. It's low right now, but Liara came in clutch. She pushed one of those Rachni soldiers and it gave me the opportunity to make it. And I was completely lucky because whoever shot that slime, they had a horrendous aim. They completely missed me. We did it. We are heroes. And with that, this mission's all completed. Now, I'm not sure if anything past this lobby is considered the hot lab, so I'm not sure the people who I met earlier in this video if I accidentally took them down, but I don't think so because I can still go back to the area where I fought Benezia. I will admit I made so many mistakes while playing this mission right here, with the exception of releasing the Rachi Queen. That's the only thing I probably made the right decision on. Alright, let's go home, guys. Alright team, I'm gonna do your evaluation right now. Liara, you're the golden standard. You met all my what am I talking about? You exceeded on my expectation. And as for you, Garrus, you did alright.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
What the f did you just say to me?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Ashley, shut up. Even Shepard's giving you the stink eye.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
We're done here. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
I didn't know it was going to end the conversation there. I thought that was enough for Williams. My mistake. My bad, guys. Definitely missed a lot of information there, though. I believe that I missed a lot of information. I don't know if the conversation could have kept on going. But bro, ya me cansé de la mierda de Ashley. Is there a way to kick her out? I'm tired of her. At least Caden's cool with the rest of the aliens. Alright, let's talk to the rest of the team, see what's new with them, if I learn anything new about them at all. I like talking to my teammates and learning new things about them, with the exception of Ashley.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Saren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Ooh, I hope it's similar to Fallout 4. And what I mean by that is that I want to get to know these characters very well. And the game is doing an excellent work on that. But at this moment, I was hoping that they will provide, specific mission that are dedicated to each members. For example, I want a mission with Rex where we find a cure for his species so they can reproduce once again. Now, am I going to get that? I'm not sure.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
Well, that reminds me of Batman mission from Arkham Knight. Or no, not Arkham Knight, Arkham City. Oh my god, I forgot what it was. It was like a dude, I think he has like a pig face. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I'm just now noticing that he has blue armor. Where's the yellow at?
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the cycles. I remember this one El-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
That's his mission. We gotta find that guy. Don't worry, Garrus. We're gonna find that bastard, you and me.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
Is it right to end one person's life, but in the process you eliminate other innocent people's life? I'm gonna be a fence sitter here, and I'm gonna say that's a tough choice.
I suppose I can see both sides, but what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check
give it to me.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Oh no, we're gonna do that first. Yo.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
I'm on the same boat, looking for a job out of state at this point.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave. I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
So long, Rex.
Nah, I don't want to talk to her, but... Alright, I'll talk to her to see what kind of bullshit she's on.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot me now. One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest. Surprised to see you here, sir. Thought you'd be chatting up, what's her name? Tassoni?
I don't see how my personal life is any of your business, Chief.
It's not. I just thought we were getting along pretty well, sir.
I think I gave you the wrong impression.
No worries, sir. Probably for the best anyway. The regs frown on fraternization. I won't keep you anymore. Have fun, Commander.
That's funny. I laughed when she asked about the relationship between her and Shepard. My mic didn't pick it up well when I was playing the game. Oh well, what can you do? Why does he walk up like that?
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
And what do they think?
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
I haven't heard anything about Kinetics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
True.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezia anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit. I'm sure Dr. Tisoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Yeah. By the way, you are the one that told me to go get her and put in our team, so we are both at fault for her trauma.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Let me go talk to Liara.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Well, we don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
I also like to believe they selected me because I'm not a racist like the rest of the humanity. I like to say that. I also like to believe that they saw that I'm not racist like Ashley. So maybe that's why they selected me.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
Way to kill the mood.
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Hell no. Never with Williams. I don't want to say you're an alien. That's kind of messed up to say. Ash is special. Who mentioned Pokemon here? I mean, Brock is waifu and all, but what Ash has to do with this, man? I'd rather have Pikachu as my companion for sure, but it is what it is. It's not serious. That's private. It's not serious.
Williams and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Ooh, this is awkward. You were wrong. I just want to be friends. Now, if I was able to choose, I would have picked Tali, honestly, guys. Tali's number one. This is the number one option for me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. They are second, and then after that, it goes Rex, Garrus. Who's the other one? Caden, and then, yeah, that's about it.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Ooh, it doesn't have to. Don't analyze it. We have one thing. We have one thing in common. Oh, I don't know what's a good choice. We don't have everything in common. We just need a few things in common. Just as long as we have the same values. I feel like that's really cliche though. It doesn't have to. Don't analyze it. I'm gonna select we have one thing in common. You guys let me know which one was the better option to pick.
Saren wants both of us dead. That's something.
That is not the most romantic reason, is it? You make it all sound so dangerous.
I like to believe they selected me because I'm not racist, like some other humans. Ashley. Sorry about that, I got a cold.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector.
Bro's fumbling bad.
I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
Yeah, not yet.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Shepard, you fumbled that really bad, bro. You fumbled Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with my past self right there. You fumble so bad right there. Like, bro, why would you say the common thing that we have is that Saren wants to take us down? I get it, you're a soldier, but like still, bro, that's not romantic at all. You know what you could have said? You could have said we're not racist and we're more accepting of other people. That would have been a lot more better than the shit that you said. Pues ya ni modo, wey, ya lo cagaste. It was also weird that you said you're gonna be there when she wants space away from you. Please don't be there for her. Stay far away from her. If anything, you know what you should do? We should help out our buddy Garrus and do that mission of his.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Alright, I'll do that second. First, Garrus' mission.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I've received some information I thought you'd want to see, Commander. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
We found a connection between the scientists and you. They all worked on a classified project several years ago, on a cruise.
This can't have anything to do with what happened to me on Akuz.
Those Thresher Maws killed dozens of soldiers. If this was more than just an accident, we need to know. Commander, Shepard, what you do with this is up to you. I just thought you'd want to know. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. 5th lead out.
So I went to the wrong area, and as I selected the right area to go and travel there, I was given another side quest. Oh, I went to the wrong area.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
What do you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where we test weapons and technology in live fire simulations. One of the VIs we use to simulate enemy tactics in the drills is no longer responding to our override commands. It's gone rogue.
Are you telling me this computer is thinking on its own?
We're not stupid, Shepard. This is a virtual intelligence, not a true AI. It's not self-aware, and it can't access any external systems. We didn't do anything illegal here. Virtual intelligence support is critical to our military success. VIs process thousands of status reports and react in nanoseconds. No human can do that. We need you to fight your way through the training ground of the VI core and manually disable it.
Can't you disable it remotely?
Our fail-safes aren't responding. The VI operates on a closed network. It can't affect any external systems, but we don't have any direct access to its processes. We could bomb it from orbit, but the damage to the facility would be catastrophic. We'd prefer to have someone shut down the core. Someone like you. I know Spectres answer the Council, but you're still human. You're still part of the Alliance military, and right now we need you. The VI controls all the facility's weapons, drones, and automated defenses. You're the only one that can pull this off, Shepard. Good luck.
So we are finally doing one of our teammates' first mission request, which I'm really excited about. But what I'm also excited about is that I upgrade each and every weapon for my teammates except for Williams, and their armors as well. The only exceptions for armors is of course Williams and also Rex, because I didn't have any armor for Rex. I do have one Krogan armor, but it's for heavy, or it's labeled heavy armor. I'm not sure if Rex currently only can wear medium or light Krogan armor. I haven't really seen any Krogan armor in one of those container boxes to get loot. It's mostly been human armor and a couple Turian armor. Either way, I'm just excited to test out these new weapons. For most of them, I gave everyone at least one level 5, one level 4, and I think a couple of them have level 3 weapons. Now, I do have a question about the ammo. I'm not sure if the ammo goes to a specific weapon or if it goes to all of them, because I am curious about changing the ammo for my weapon that I have. And this popped up in my head because seeing this again and seeing every time I shoot, there's like slime everywhere. I'm not sure if it's just the enemy I'm fighting and it's just every time I shoot them, slime comes out, or if it's the ammo that I have is shooting out slime. Because I have seen some ammo where it's radioactive, it freezes them or burns them. Next time I play this game, I'm going to see if I could change the ammo. I will say I am impressed with the new weapons, and I like Garrus' new armor. The silver is a nice touch on him. Or maybe I just like silver in general, I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
Put him out of his misery so we can get going.
Gladly. Your days of butchering are over, Doctor.
No! Please! Please!
That was satisfying.
Good. Remember that feeling. That's how it should be.
I will, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Garrus, I hope you're right, because if you're not, we're going to need a very good lawyer for this. I have a feeling that at the end of this game, it's going to show me where I was leaning towards either good or bad as a Spectre. I just hope it just goes light to the good side. However, if there's more missions with Garrus after this that he's going to give me, we might end up being more to the bad side and end up being Saren. We'll see how it goes from here. So I did end up doing another mission. This is the one that you gotta shut down the virtual intelligence system for the humans. This is an okay mission, there's really nothing to talk about. All I did was attack the robot machines and destroy this thing right here. However, I did get something interesting out of this mission. I'm able to specialize something, however, I didn't know what to pick. Ooh, I don't know which one. Improve lift, improve warps. Increase health. That's what I need. I need to increase my health. But improve warps and lifts. I think that's the thing that carries them. I am gonna fight a lot of Geths who are machines, so I should probably get this one. I don't know. Let me. I don't know if that was the right choice. I'm probably going to regret it, but hey, it is what it is. I ended up selecting Shock Trooper, so we'll see how that goes. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.